Hello everybody, welcome back. Welcome back as we talk some more about autism. And just so you guys know, I am autistic, my wife, my stepson. So we're basically an entire family of autistics, except for this fuzzy little four-legged crazy one that's just side-eyeing me right now. She's just crazy. It's all right, baby. And today I want to talk about some famous people that are autistic. Famous people that are confirmed autistic, as in diagnosed autistic, and have come forward with it. Some of them I'll know a few more details, so I'll be able to talk about them. Others I'm just going to tell you who they are. So the first one, Dan Aykroyd. Dan Aykroyd is autistic. Now, some of these people, when they were diagnosed with Asperger's rather than autism. It wasn't until relatively recently that that Asperger's was folded into the entire ASD spectrum, and it's all listed as one, all under the autism spectrum disorder umbrella. So some of them were originally diagnosed with Asperger's, but Asperger's is absolutely considered a form of autism, just a milder, higher functioning form of autism. So Dan Aykroyd diagnosed autistic. He actually used it as a kind of a basis for his character in Ghostbusters, which, if you're autistic or you know people that are autistic, you can see it. You can see it, and it makes sense. It absolutely makes sense. Next one, Daryl Hannah. Daryl Hannah is actually autistic, and she is a very outspoken proponent for autism and autism research. Very, very, very outspoken. Which, by the way, guys, if you guys are interested in helping out with the research or just learning more about it, check the links down below. Autism is the fastest growing developmental disability in the United States, and is also the least funded. And almost all the funding and almost all the research into it is privately funded or privately done. So if you're interested, looking to help out, anything along those lines, again, check the links down below. Next one, Anthony Hopkins. Anthony Hopkins is autistic, has been diagnosed with, I want to say his was autism, not Asperger's, but it might have been Asperger's. But either way, it's all the same umbrella. And he's also been not an outspoken proponent for it, but he's definitely hasn't shied away from talking about it when asked about it or when it's come up. And in his case, it tends to be a lot of the social stuff. He has a lot of difficulty making friends, maintaining social connections, which is most definitely attributable to his autism. One that you guys may not know the name of, Satoshi Tajiri. Satoshi Tajiri, and I could be mispronouncing that, by the way. He is the creator of Pokemon. He is definitely autistic, has talked about it, and has said that it most definitely has colored a lot of what he has done, and was a big factor in how he created Pokemon and moved forward with Pokemon. Here's one that may not surprise people if they are autistic or know people that are autistic. Elon Musk. Elon Musk, diagnosed with Asperger's, again, a milder form of autism. And guys, this one, I pegged this one years ago. It's fairly obvious for people that are on the spectrum, that are on the spectrum, probably somewhere fairly close to where he is on the spectrum as well, just because a lot of his behaviors, a lot of his mannerisms, and a lot of things he says and how he says things, they stand out. They stand out because they're familiar. So, absolutely. Elon Musk is on the spectrum, which, guys, I've said it in the past in some of our other videos. This is why that I say, yes, I know Elon Musk gets a lot of flack for a lot of different things, but this whole list, this is why I say that there's a reason this isn't a disease, and it shouldn't be. They should be looking for a cure, which cure would be impossible. You'd have to erase somebody's brain and rewire it, basically. You'd erase the person. But so many people in history that have advanced our society, our culture, our science, just mankind in general, were autistic, on the spectrum, or likely on the spectrum. And even now, Elon Musk, as much flack as he gets and as much hate as he gets from people, you still have to look at what he has done. SpaceX, Tesla, the science involved, and how he is moving our sciences forward with his businesses. It's incredible. So the next one, Clay Marzo. It's a name that most of you guys aren't going to know. I didn't know it, to be honest. He's a professional surfer, and very, very, very much diagnosed autistic and has been very, very open about it. Now, another one, Dr. Vernon Smith. Now, Dr. Smith is one that I will use when I'm talking to my son, when he's older, when I'm talking to my son about autism and how it's not a bad thing and it's not a disease and it's not that he's broken. Dr. Vernon Smith, Dr. Smith, he's autistic, he has a PhD, and he has a Nobel Prize. He's a Nobel Prize winning economist. He's considered pretty much the inventor of experimental economics. Don't ask me what that is. I was into physics, not economics, so I couldn't even begin to tell you. But the guy's brilliant. The guy's brilliant. Obviously, he thinks differently, but he's a Nobel Prize winner. He is a Nobel Prize winner. So being autistic does not mean that you are held back in life. It does not mean that you don't have potential, that you can't do great things. You absolutely can do great things. For those of you guys out there that are autistic, you absolutely can do great things. You just have to believe in yourself. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing broken in you. Next one also probably won't surprise people, Woody Allen. Woody Allen is known as autistic. Susan Boyle, fantastic singer, incredible singer, also was diagnosed. I want to say in her case it may have been Asperger's, but is diagnosed on the spectrum as well. Guys, there's a lot of us. There's so many of us. Dan Harmon, you probably don't know this name. He is the creator of the show Community. He and I believe other shows as well. He's autistic. Marty Balin, he's the founder of Jefferson Airplane and has been very, very, very outspoken about being autistic. Very outspoken about it. Courtney Love, another singer. Definitely out there as autistic. She is actually one that she masks pretty well with her antics, so I would not have guessed it, would not have pictured it, but she is. Now the next one is another one that thanks to her comedy and her acting chops and such made it somewhat difficult, but once I found out, I can kind of see it. Roseanne Barr. Roseanne Barr is diagnosed on the spectrum. And the last one for those of you guys that are again looking for examples of why you're not broken, why it's not a disease, why you don't need to be fixed. Carl Sagan, astronomer, very, very well known, very, very famous scientist. Just because you're on the spectrum does not mean you cannot do great things. You absolutely can. Stay tuned, everybody. We will have an episode on famous people that are likely autistic, but never actually diagnosed. Thank you very much for watching. We'll catch you next time. Bye now.